At Hope Hill Lavender Farm, you can enjoy the beautiful fresh cut lavender and the culinary lavender. The culinary lavender is what we're focusing on today.
We are going to make a lavender velvet cupcake with cream cheese icing.
Ooh, that
Yum.
sounds good. Well, you're all set here, so let's get started.
Alrighty, first step, you would have your oven preheated to 400. And then you are gonna cream your sugar and your butter together. So we did a lavender sugar, and I have it in this ball jar to kind of show it off. But to create your own at home, you take a tablespoon of culinary lavender, which you can get at Hope Hill Lavender Farm, and you're gonna mortar and pestle it a little bit to grind it up and get it a little finer so it's not in its original rice-shaped form.
And Wendy, it smells super good, doesn't
Yes,
it?
it
Like
does.
oh my God, it's so good. You
And
can
what
really
that
smell
does, it also releases oil from the lavender. And so you're gonna do that, and then you're gonna do about a tablespoon to a cup of sugar. So I have it ready already.
All right.
So I'm gonna add that lavender sugar
All
that is
right.
ready to my bowl. And I need 2 cups because there's sugar in my cupcakes. And then add our softened butter.
Okay.
And it is a 3/4 cup. So I have a 1/4 cup stick here and a 1/2 cup stick. So you're doing that.
All
I'm
right.
just gonna mix it for a little bit.
Okay.
And once it's mixed well together, then you'll add your eggs one at a time.
And we have what, 2 eggs there?
2 eggs. You're gonna add 2 eggs, correct, Jackie? And you're gonna do that until it's uniform in color. And so you're gonna add in 1 cup of buttermilk that was at room temperature. That helps it incorporate easier in the recipe.
All right.
And then I need to have 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract or lavender extract. And guess what? I have lavender extract. So I have 2 teaspoons of that added. And then for the fun part, the food coloring, because we want to make our cupcakes lavender.
Right.
And so on the kit, it
coloring
tells
here.
you how many to do. And I changed and did a little bit more of the red. And so I did 16 of the red and then 10 of the blue drops in here. And then you mix it all together.
Ooh, this is the fun part. Oh, there we go.
So then you're gonna mix it together until it's all incorporated. And then for the final steps, it calls for a 1/4 cup of hot water. So I'm gonna add that. And then it calls for a teaspoon of vinegar. And we'll mix that in, and then we'll get our dried ingredients in here, and then we'll get them in the oven.
All right.
So now we are going to gradually add in our dry ingredients. We're gonna add in our flour. I'm gonna get that going in there.
How much flour are we adding?
2 1/4 cups flour. And so we'll do it gradually. And then the next step, we're gonna add in the baking soda, the baking powder, and the salt, which there was a teaspoon of all 3 of those. And then the final last ingredient here that we are gonna add in, we're gonna add in 2 tablespoons of powdered sugar. And I did add a little bit of lavender crushed into my powdered sugar too. So you can make anything
That's nice.
lavender. So we have all our ingredients in, and we're gonna finish mixing it up. And then we'll be ready to put it in the oven. And it goes in at 400 degrees. And you do that for 5 minutes. And then you turn it down to 350 for the remainder of the time, which is usually, for most ovens, it'll take about 12 to 14 minutes. But as we know, our ovens are all a little different. And you can see what it looks like when it's all mixed together. And the food coloring, you can play with your own version of lavender, but that's what we came up with, the 16 red and then the 10 blue drops. You get a light lavender colored. So we have been in business, this is technically our 12th, 13th year, depending on how you look at it. And we grow many different cultivars or different types of lavender. So the lavender that is in a cupcake or in the lemonade or in the teas or sugars, that is an English lavender. The French lavenders that are longer stemmed and they're more fragrant, they are used in soaps and lotions. So my joke is I'm not making you eat soap when you try this, okay?
There is a difference.
There is a difference. And so we have these beautiful cultivars. We actually propagate plants from plants that grow in our fields. So you can buy plants at our farm. We grow it to dry it. We distill for oil. You can see that done during the seasons. And there is a timeline on our website of what blooms when at Hope Hill Lavender Farm and what happens when. And everything in our farm store is either made by us, made by local artists, or made in the USA. And we work really hard to keep that going.
Wendy, it's always so much fun to visit.
It's always fun to have you here, Jackie.
Thank you.
For those that would like to come visit us, they can find our hours on our website, and our address is 2375 Panther Valley Road in Pottsville. And they can come visit us at Hope Hill Lavender Farm.
I love it. Well, we have our cupcakes. Let's try them. And of course, you made this special lemonade, right?
Yes, this is a lavender lemonade. So this is lemons that are freshly squeezed, and there is a simple syrup in here with lavender. That recipe is also in our little cookbook.
Excellent.
And that is what you're gonna
Right,
drink.
let's have a taste and
All
then
right.
a toast. So good. It's a very subtle taste of lavender. I love it.
Thank
All right,
you.
well, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you very
Thanks.
much.